Welcome back to the chaos, everyone. I'm ChaosEclipse. Today we are frustrated. We're playing Smalland Survive the Wilds again. Um, I did some stuff, I recorded it, and then the recording was bad. So for some reason, don't know why, my recording software automatically zoomed in on its own. My settings have always been locked. Somehow they zoomed in. I did probably about an hour video, and the video was completely zoomed in the entire time. So you guys can't really see anything. You can still hear me talking. You can see the zoomed in gameplay, but I won't be able to zoom out post recording just because it didn't record outside of the zoomed in area, if that makes sense. So after that, I was going to make a second video, which is where we are now. And I'm already made some changes to that too. So here is our new base. It looks all jacked up, and it is. I will eventually change this to make it look smoother and everything else. We just need to figure out what's going on with the raids and everything. I still haven't looked too much into it. All of the crafting stuff I'm going to end up putting in this area where it's like too high, and then all of the what are these called, chests, I'm going to end up leaving under the one high, or maybe I'll go too high there too. I don't know yet. So may as well go over what's in the base first. I'll still go over everything we did in the last video, and that will be this new video. So where to start, let's just go over what we have that you guys can physically see. So we have our cauldron here. We learned how to make that. If you go into your crafting, no, not there. If you pull out your hammer, you hit circle, you can see we have a cauldron here. It takes 10 stone and 7 refined wood, which we went and got a whole bunch more seeds for seed oil. I will show you where I got that because that was part of what was in the last video. Um, we can make the apothecary table once we get some bark. I don't remember where bark is. I think I do, but that might be where we go in the next video, depending on, well, we will. That's for sure going to be the next video. So is some lizards. So we'll definitely take a look at that in the next video. The tannery, we needed 5 fiber, 10 flint, and 10 refined wood. That is over here, right there. And I think that's it from what we built. So the cauldron basically makes food like the campfire does. I have not went over this yet on how the food process works, so I'll go ahead and go over it now. So if you use a campfire, it's going to be sorry about that. Had to cough there. But if you use the campfire, it's going to go over like really small, very simple recipes. It does show that you can burn fuel and stuff. And down on the bottom right in the center, bottom center right, it says autofill fuel right here where I'm highlighting. If you check that, it'll automatically put wood in there like it has right here. Well, right there next to where I'm at now. I did put that torch down in here since we couldn't break it down. Um, which actually that was in the previous video too that you guys aren't seeing. So there's a torch that I couldn't break down. We're going to go ahead and throw that in there because you can use it as fuel. If you look, where is it? Right under, nope, that's not it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Hmm, where's it showed at? I had just seen it. I think it's just right there where it says burn fuel. So one little fire thing says that it burns it for 30 seconds. If you do two, that's a minute. So right now we have whatever this is. I don't know how long that's actually going to burn for. I'm assuming it'll be a full 30 seconds. Um, but it also shows you, if I can get back over there on the top left. So when you highlight burn fuel under requirements, there in the center, it has like the little timer thing. It says 30 seconds. So one fuel, quote unquote, will be 30 seconds. You can see here if we highlight the ant skewer, that shows that that burns, or that needs to cook for 5 seconds. So we have 14 of them. If we do all 14, you can see that the timer there goes up, and it looks like it will take a minute and 10 seconds. So you can kind of calculate, how much time you need versus whatever you're cooking, and go from there. But like I said, in here is going to be very basic stuff that you can get. The mushroom steaks is just mushrooms, the edible mushrooms you're getting, but it does need 3 per edible mushroom that you're actually making, or sorry, per It needs 3 edible mushroom per mushroom steak that you're making. So as you see, we have 69. We can end up making 33. Is my math good? Well, it's actually only letting me do 20. So we would have to probably throw another 20 in there or whatever, but that's fine. We're not going to make those anyway. Actually, you know what? We are. We're going to go ahead and make those. So we're going to do, and we're going to leave the auto fuel on. It looks like it's going to throw in some extra wood in there. So that's fine. We're just going to hold X. That's going to start cooking. It should automatically put fuel in there when it needs it. Um, looks like at the top it says it's going to take a minute and a half, and the requirements show 140. Okay, so maybe that would start at 140. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. If you look at the cauldron works the same way, except it has more advanced stuff. So the only thing we can make right now is this blackberry jam, which takes blackberry and honey crumble. You can see it needs 2 blackberries and 1 honey crumble per thing. It also shows you what the food actually does for you. So it says it's a sharp and full of flavor, a sticky purple preserve ideal for desserts. It says nourishment is 50, so that means it's going to give you 50 towards your little stomach thing down there. And then it also blocks nourishment loss for 330 seconds. So what that means is when you eat it, first of all, it's going to give you 50 of the stomach. It's going to fill you up quite a bit, and then you're not going to lose any food for a good 330 seconds. Once that 330 seconds is up, that's when your food will start dropping again. So there are ones that do it a lot longer than that, I believe. I don't remember all of them, but if you guys look here, you guys can see all the stuff that you'll need. Some of the stuff we haven't even come across. Like, I don't know who's going to eat boiled poisonous mushrooms. Probably not me. It does say it gives us nourishment of 8. I don't know if that's actually going to hurt us or not, though. We're not going to try that one. Um, but we haven't even come across it. You can see it there. That one needs a beetle heart and some garlic leaf, which we've never even seen a beetle yet. So things like that. That one needs strawberries. Haven't seen strawberries. So just keep that in mind. And then when you start picking up different things, it will also give you different items as well. So like say I do find a beetle and I get its heart, it will then tell me, hey, you can now make whatever the thing in here was, the Fey chowder. It'll pop up with that recipe saying, "Hey, you know how to make Fey chowder now." So just keep that in mind. Um, in here, we did in the previous video, we went and got some more flint, which you guys are gonna miss that again because I did show what the flint looked like, and now I can't because it's gone once again because I actually used it. But we did make and it's not even on here. It's on here. We made the flint sword. No, we did that in the last one you guys seen. We made the flint spear and we made the flint pickaxe. We did not make the stone hammer, which is something extra that we can still make now. Same thing with the shears and the flint arrows. We did not make either one of those. We do need to make more regular arrows, which are back on this one. We can also make fire arrows. Nope, I want my insect fur. We'll wait on that. We can make a recurve bow. We need silk thread for that, so we can't make it. Where's the regular arrows? Right there, wooden arrows. All right, we can make quite a bit of these. Let's make, I don't know, like 50 of them. I'm assuming they probably stack in 50, so we'll just make 50 of them. That's going to take 20 seconds. Perfect. We'll come over here and talk with the tannery. So you can see here we need herb tile hide to make 1 herb tile leather. Herb tile stuff, that is going to be in the next video. We're going to have to kill some lizards or some frogs or something along those lines to be able to get this type of hide. They also do drop, I think it's the textile patches, which we also need because we are going to try to make some armor that you guys are going to see today because it would have been in the other video, but once again, I screwed that up. So yeah, it's going to be in the next video. All right, there we go. We have our arrows. It is nighttime. We also did freeze almost twice. We had to build a little hut. So what we're going to do, because we emptied out our inventory here, you guys can see everything that we have. We're going to take some, whoops. We're going to take some resin because I think you need that to build. I don't know. But we're going to take a stack of it. We're going to take a stack of fiber. And we're going to take a stack of wood, wherever our wood is. There's our wood. All right, so make sure that you grab those 3 things as well if you guys are going to need to be building on the go. We're going to go ahead and go to sleep. If you look at the top of the screen, you can see the little compass there that shows like northeast, southwest. And then to the left of that, you see a little circle with like a line that shows like the sun and the cloud. At the top, there's like a little blue layer in there. That's the nighttime. You can see it just became nighttime. When we go to sleep, you'll see that line start moving around that nighttime. It'll get to day, and our character will automatically wake up. You can do this on online servers too, but I believe on the online servers, everyone on the server has to be sleeping. If you have one guy out in the middle of nowhere and he doesn't have a bed, it's not going to work for everybody. So just keep that in mind. We are hungry, which we made these steaks. These steaks actually do fill us up quite a bit. We're going to eat probably 2 of them. There's 1 and 2. Perfect. All right. So a couple things I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys over where Drustana is. We already went there, but you guys didn't see it because, like I said, it was zoomed in the whole time. So I'm going to have to do that again for you guys. I'm not going to come over here and show you the flint because I literally just got it in the last video. Getting the flint from here and here gave us about a stack and a half. So that's about how much you can get from over there. There are other spots where you can get flint. Along the way, there's going to be 4 owls. Hopefully, I can find them all again. They just gave us extra tips. If not, then I apologize, but hopefully we can find those. And then I'll show you guys everything with Drustana, which is going to be our first faction leader that we're going to talk to. So let's go ahead and get over there. And we'll try to do this fast. That way we're not freezing because technically early morning in the game, you still do get cold. It doesn't warm up till like in the afternoonish. Um, so hopefully we don't start freezing. But what we're going to do is we're going to head towards Drustana. As you can see at the top of the screen where the compass is, I already did mark it. So we're going to head this way. Those are some moths. They're fine. I believe our first owl was right here, right next to our base. So this one says day and night temperature will generally drop at night and raise in the afternoon. Also, some creatures of the overland are nocturnal and will only come out at night. Watch out, as those creatures are usually more dangerous than their daytime counterparts. Build a bed to set a new spawn point and have a place to sleep. You can only sleep at night, and for you to fall asleep, you must be sheltered, and there must be no hostile creatures around. So that's the first one there. We're going to come down this way. If we hit L1, there's going to be some sprouts here on the left, and this is over here by our second owl. We're going to grab these sprouts, and we just leveled up again. I did also put, speaking of leveling up, I did also put 3 points into our intelligence because we leveled up in the last one as well. If you look at the bottom of the screen now, it said a world event is about to begin. If we take a look here, you can see the world event is nowhere near us. Awesome. World events way over there. So I'll talk about world events in a bit because we are going to need to know about those, but I just wanted to show you that it is on the map. Here's our second owl. We can talk with it. It says armor. Armor provides protection against different types of damage and can also keep you warm in cold weather. Some settlers in the overland have the expertise to make new sets of armor for you, provided you give them the required materials. So there is our second owl. Here's some steps. There are more than one set of steps in the game. So if I talk about steps, it does not necessarily mean these ones. Hopefully, if I'm talking about steps, I'm showing you guys what steps I am talking about. I think we need to go that way. No, we don't. We don't. Here's the third owl up here. Right here. Dismantling structures. When you dismantle a structure, all the materials used when it was originally built will be dropped and appear as collectible loot. Damaged structures can be repaired at no cost. Perfect. We're going to come this way, run by the ladybugs, pick up the wood if you don't have any in case you need to build later on. There's going to be a lot of ants up ahead. And I believe our fourth owl is right in this area. So all this right here, this rye, this is how we got more of the seeds in order to make the seed oil, so that we can make the refined wood, so that we can make the spear and the pickaxe that we have, which are both flint now. And then if we use our axe, you can see that the rye actually cuts down in 2 hits. And we can grab the stuff, and you look on the right side, we got 4 fiber and 3 seeds out of that. So Best way to get seeds is actually by doing this rye here. It is actually a really good way to get seeds. I think I ran through here earlier off screen, and I got like it only took, I want to say like maybe 10 minutes, and I got like 171 seeds, and uh one seed turns into one oil. It's not that way. We're gonna come back this way, excuse me. So we're gonna stay up here, we're gonna keep running. Just ignore the ants. If you want, you can fight them, obviously, but I'm not gonna fight them because we did it in the last one, and I'm just annoyed at this point. There's another owl somewhere. There it is. All right, so hopefully the ants stop following us so we can actually read this. Looks like they did. Let's go ahead and try to read this before anything comes. Bows. Use bows and arrows to hit creatures from afar. This can be particularly effective against flying creatures. To use a bow, you must have both the bow and arrows equipped. Draw your bow Draw your bow holding R2 and release it to shoot the arrow. Different bows have different characteristics. Some are more accurate and powerful than others. For maximum strength and accuracy, be sure to fully draw the bow before releasing. Got it. That's all of those. Um, why is it not showing Drustana marked anymore? They're that way. So do I need to come? I think it's up this way. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to stay here in the clearing a little bit. I mean, you can run straight through the bushes there, but just be careful with that because a lot of times you'll come into contact with like hostile bugs and stuff, and you don't want to end up screwing yourself over. You can always hit L1 to look and see through the stuff. All right, so we actually need to go up over there. So we're not gonna go down here. We're actually gonna follow this along here, and we're gonna go to the other set of stairs that we found over here. There are bees here. These are just regular like honeybees from the looks of them. You can outrun them. They say that they are called bee drones and bees. So you see that bigger one there is a bee drone, or sorry, the smaller one's a bee drone. The other one's a bee. You can outrun both of these. There are other bees in the game or other creatures in the game like wasps and hornets that you cannot outrun. So just be careful with those. You also don't want to fight this Sawyer beetle that was behind me. We're just going to run up here and we're going to run straight to Drustana because she is also surrounded by bees. A couple or maybe three of the bees will follow us in there. We are going to have to fight them off. If you look at the bottom of the screen where the blue bar is that's highlighting right above our stamina there, it's because we're getting cold. But above that, if you get hit by a bee, there will be a poison bar. If that poison bar fills all the way up, you'll be taking a lot of damage. Even with the poison bar filled up a little bit, you're going to be taking damage. It's going to be damage over time, but it will slowly go away. Oh, and it looks like we're going to be good with not the bees following us in there. Okay, so the last time, I'm not going to lie, 2 bees followed us in here. We had to kill them. There will be a caramelized bee head here that you can take, which is actually really good food for you. Some of these things you can take. Some of them are kind of glitched to where it won't let you grab them, but these are the crumbled honey, whatever they're called. I don't even remember what they're called now. But yeah, I was able to grab one of these last time. I couldn't grab the other one. That one there I couldn't grab, but there was 2 in there that I could grab. Um, there should be 3 here in the corner. There should be 1 on the wall, and I think like 1 more right here behind Drustana. But this is Drustana. Give me 1 second. Sorry guys, I had to cough again. So before we talk with her, let's go ahead and look at our inventory here again real quick. Look at our attributes. We're gonna go touchpad to get to the inventory like we are now. Hit R2 for your attributes. As you can see, we still have our 6 in strength, we still have our 3 in dexterity, our 5 in constitution, our 1 in endurance, and then this is the one that I did that's new, which is the 3 more in intelligence. We're gonna go ahead and put the next 3 in there as well. So 3 more, hit square, there we go. Now, we're going to go through everything with Drustana. It's already going to be all highlighted, so hopefully I don't miss anything. If I do, please let me know down in the comment section. But there's going to be a couple things that I want to point out while we're doing this, so it's going to be a lot of back and forth. So talk with them. Hello. Hello there. Can I help you? Who are you? I'm Drustana, faction leader for research into flying creatures. Welcome to our beautiful home. Buzz around, slurp the honey, buzz. Next option is you live here with all these bees. Aren't they dangerous? They're my friends. They help me make things. They helped me make this beautiful armor. Um, could they make me, or could they help you make something for me? If you click on that, this is where you can get your first set of glider wings. So simple gliding wings, you do need to bring her 10 insect wings and 12 chitin. I still haven't figured out where to get the chitin from. I believe it's from cockroaches in the game. I don't remember if the spiders have it. I think water bugs might have it, but I haven't found any yet. So we'll have to look into that. And then you can also make your first set of regal armor. So it looks like a bee. This is the armor that I was talking about in this game that looks so much better than grounded. And I apologize if I'm talking fast, guys. I'm just trying to get through this video because I'm so mad. And the last time it took an hour and 40 minutes or an hour and 14 minutes. I'm trying to beat that time because I don't want you guys waiting around. But yeah, so if you look at the armor here, what you see in that little picture is exactly what it looks like on your character. It looks awesome. I will say it looks a lot better than the way any armor in grounded looks. That's just my opinion. You can take what you guys want with that and do what you want with it. I don't care. But I do want to point this out. If you look at that picture right there, you see how the regal mantle, how it has like the little fuzzy mohawk in the middle of the head there. Um, that is going to be different from something else I'm going to show you guys. I wanted to point out that little fuzzy thing in the middle of the head. Also, keep in mind the eyes are yellow, and most of the armor is predominantly black with highlights of yellow. So I want to point out those things. And then the last thing I want to point out real quick is the cold protection is 3, the normal protection is 20, the edged resistance is 3%, and it has 700 durability. So you probably won't be able to remember all that. Hopefully, I can put it on the screen for you guys when I talk about the other one, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. And then, of course, if you bring all this stuff to her, she can make this for you. Now that we've talked with her, this armor here, you can actually make back at your base. Same thing with the simple glide wings. So as long as you can find this stuff, you can now make this back at your base with no problem. If we hit circle to back out of there, go back in and talk with her again. I didn't mean to click that first one. So it says, I want to talk about your faction. So if we click on that, it says, sure, what do you want to talk about? It says, I want to make a contribution to the cause of your camp. If we click on that, it says, great, you have contributed 0 amount. You need 250 to max out the current tier. You currently have 0 points. How many points do you want to contribute? Now it tells you right there, we currently have 0 points. I can still click on 100 and it'll say, thank you, Brave Vanguard. Was there anything else? It doesn't mean I contributed 100. It's just in case you do have the 100 or the 10 or whatever. Um, but that's what I wanted to talk about with the world events. So if that world event is still going on, it is. So if we made it over there and we actually completed that world event by ourselves, you will get so many contribution points that you can give to these encampments to be able to tier yourself up with them and get better armor and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. And then I'm not 100% sure exactly how it works, but the next option, I believe, yeah, it says I want. Oh, actually, that's the next option. But we'll skip down to this one. I'll go back to that one in a second. So it says I want to affiliate with your camp's mission. If we click on that, it says nice to hear. Just be aware that you will leave any other faction you may be affiliated with. Are you sure you want to affiliate with my faction? It says sure thing or no. I've changed my mind. We're gonna click sure thing. So fantastic news. I'll make a record of this. So now any of those points we can get, we can come and bring back here. We can do the contribution thing and give them to her. I think even if you're aligned with another faction, you could technically still come back here and give them to her. But what we're going to look at right now, where it says, can I requisition some supplies? In here, there's different tiers, and we talked about this. If we look in our camps here, those two options right there where Drustana is, the two options under it where it says resilient metabolism and improved metabolism, I believe those are the passive things that it will give us if we're affiliated with this. So if we did Lysandra instead, with Lysandra, we would have chitin reinforcement and spider reflexes. So whichever one you pick, as long as you're the whatever tiers are required with them, those are the passives that you will get. But you can only have one at a time, if I'm not mistaken. So just keep that in mind. And then if we do the requisition supplies, which was right here, this is the other thing that I was talking about. So tier 1, you can have them make butterfly gliding wings for you instead of the other wings, but you do need, this is more of a trade. You're not really buying these, so to speak. You still have to bring some of the supplies with some of these things, like this one. You still need the 12 chit and you still need the 10 insect wings, but you also have to have contribution points, 90 of those, in order to be able to get the butterfly wings. But the bee banner, on the other hand, is just contribution points. The healing patch is just fiber. Like I could buy these right now because we're technically tier one. Um, if I want to, if I want nectar, I need 30 petals. If I want hoots, which is the in-game um currency, then I have to give them 10 contribution points for every five hoots that we get. Which why did it go over there? I don't want it to go over there. Stop it. Oh my god, what's it doing? Why can't I click on them anymore? There we go. All right, yeah, so and if I hit triangle for 10, you can see that the contribution points goes up another 10. If I go to 15, it'll go up to 30. So and so on, you know. But this here, this is the other armor I was talking about. So if you look at this armor, keep in mind with the headpiece, all the armor stats are the same. The cold protection was 3, the regular protection was 20, the edge resistance was 3%, and the durability was 700. Now, of course, you still have to have all the materials in order to build it, plus an additional 50 contribution points just for the headpiece there. But if you look at the actual picture, it is completely different from the other one. You don't have the fuzzy mohawk. The eyes on the other one, I believe, were like either a yellow or red color. These ones are green, and the predominant color on this whole armor set is yellow instead of black. So this one is basically kind of reversed. But like I said, these armor sets look so much better than any armor that I've seen in Grounded, and that is what I like about this game because it's like, hey, I killed a bee, I took his helmet, I cleaned it out, or I took his head, I cleaned it out and I wear it as a shell. Now it's my helmet. Like that's what it looks like. It looks so cool on your character. Um, but it looks amazing. It really does. And then this, because it has the same armor and stuff, but it's also tier one. This armor you cannot make. This is their faction formic armor. It's not your regal armor, your regular regal armor. It does say regal all over it, but right there it says faction formic armor. This armor you can only get from this faction guy, and you do have to give the contribution points and everything for them to build it for you. Um, but I've never been able to get any of the armors because of how long it takes. I don't know if it's still the same. The world events used to give very little of the contribution points, and it was a pain in the butt trying to make it to the world events because usually I was in the middle of a mission or something, or I was fighting a boss or something like that. If the world event is close to you, run there immediately. If it's far away, you'll probably not even make it unless you can fly or something. Yes, you can fly in the game. That's going to be way later. We'll talk about that eventually. But yeah, so basically, this is more of if you're playing online, or maybe you just like the way this armor looks, then yeah, you'll want to get it. But if you're playing online, this is more of, hey, I'm, a formic or a faction formic armor person with this person. I don't know if that's how you would say it, but like, hey, I have the faction armor for this faction because I did whatever with them. And then tier two also has different things too. So you can see there that you can get a honey puddle, which I don't even know what that is. They have their own incubator. They have a second bee banner. Looks like they have stinger spikes so you can get a statue. Additional face markings that you can find. And then the tier three, I don't know what's going on with that. When I click on the drop down box, nothing appears. So I don't know if that's only for the last what is it? The last passive skill and that's it, or if there's other stuff that it's just not showing me because I'm not even tier 2 yet. So just keep that in mind, guys. Oh, I didn't realize that. It says use nearby stashed items right there. I can't even highlight that to uncheck it, but I don't know why we would have stashed items near here unless I guess if we built our base in the area. Um, but yeah, so the main thing with these guys is you'll want to do those world events as much as possible. It is going to take you a long time to do that stuff, especially if you're just doing the story and you're not doing like any free play, because nothing in the story other than you going there will lead you to those events. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna fight some bees. I want to show you guys how to take them down. There's three different. Well, I mean, there's plenty of different ways. The three ways that I choose to do it. You can use your bow, which the smaller bees I think take like two shots. Well, The bees by over where we live take 2 shots. This is more of a hive area, so I don't know. They take like 5 to 7 shots. I think they're just higher levels. The spear is actually pretty good too because of the reach on it, and then you can use a sword. But it's the same as what I talked about before with games. As long as you know the attack pattern of the creature you're fighting, it should not be a problem. So we're gonna go out here, we're gonna use our sword, and we're gonna kill at least one bee for you guys so that we can see, so you guys can see what their attack pattern looks like. And then if you need petals, seeds, and I don't know what else they drop. What else do these drop? You can grab these poppies here. Let's see if we can figure out what else they drop. Seeds, nectar and petals. Got it. Seeds, nectar, and petals is what these poppies drop. So if you guys need any of that stuff, make sure you guys come over here to Drustana, and you, as you can see, there are poppies everywhere. So easy place to come and get them, but just be careful because there's also a lot of bees here. I killed them earlier, so there's probably not as many. There was a whole bunch here. Like I said, I had some even follow me in, but looks like there's only like 2 here, 3, and we'll probably be able to aggro 1 at a time here, maybe 2 this first time. This bigger one's definitely going to come first. Come on, I know you see me. I'm right here. Come on, there you go. All right, so all the bees attack the same. We're gonna watch it. There it is. That's all you want to do. Just roll out of the way. You can block it, but I would not do that because even if you block it and you do a perfect block, it will still poison you, which is going to suck. And then you just want to take a swing at it. Dodge, dodge, swing, dodge, swing, dodge, dodge. It's a little hard when you're fighting. It's a little hard when you're fighting more than one. Ooh, hello. It's a little hard when you're fighting more than one because they're going to be trying to attack at different times. And it's a big stinger that one has. I mean, granted, it's a big bee, but I think we just killed one. Yeah, the smaller one. There goes the other small one. I will take that. Come on. Do it! All right, we're going to switch over to the spear so we got a little more reach because they keep moving away. No, that didn't help at all. Let's try the bow here. Ooh. Equip the bow. What are you doing? There we go. Yeah, see, the bow's weak, though, against these ones. This is a level 4 bee. It's not even that high of a bee. Go back to the sword. Ow, you know what? We're just going to keep swinging. There we go. Look at that. We got some wings, some fur, a stinger, a bee head, some more fur, some honey crumble, and we're all done. Now we can eat up a little bit and head home. So like I said in the previous one, I did go back over. We got some more flint and stuff, but because I did it literally just before this video, that flint's not going to be there again. In the next one, I'll show you guys what flint looks like. I promise. I'll make sure the video and everything's good before, because I'm going to do another video right after this one again. But I'll make sure all of that is good, and then we'll go from there. What I'll probably end up doing is we'll probably go hunt some lizards, but I believe there's also going to be spiders involved, so arachnophobia people, be aware. We may kill some of these Sawyer beetles because we're going to need some chitin. Ow. I rolled late. But yeah, so we're probably going to kill some beetles. We're probably going to kill some lizards if we can find any, and we'll see if the flint is over there by the lizards. I do think that we can find some over there, and we need to be going this way. I'm going the wrong way. All right, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section. Thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Also, I want to thank all the new subscribers and everything. You guys are absolutely awesome. The numbers have been going up steadily. So if you guys have been sharing, if you guys have actually been liking the videos, things like that, thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. If you're not doing it, then yay me. That means I'm doing something right. But if you're helping even in the slightest, I really do appreciate it. Thank you a lot, guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to put the questions down there. And you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.